People. Que pasa, sapa, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Call it news with a buzz. This one is called Bad Boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Pretty much, if you live by the gun, you are going to get taken out by the GUN. If you live a life of crime, it is not sustainable. Sooner or later, the long arms of the law, it is going to hold you. It is going to take you down for your deeds. And I understand that this is Jamaica, so therefore there is no guarantee, even when them hold on upon some people that are notorious dons, MURDERERS, scammer, whatever criminal category they fall in, it is not always guaranteed that yes, we can hold them, but we can't keep them. Coming like some careless GYAL. That is a joke. What am I speaking about? Yesterday, on the news, maybe about 7 o'clock, I listened to the news and I heard a top popo said that they went on some sorts of high-profile operation in a Clarendon. Them pull over some sorts of vehicle. When them pull over the vehicle, one lady in there with a baby, and then them older man. This man is said to be wanted from a next era. They did not give any sorts of specific, but you know, say, is a big fish them hold on pan. Not fish as in Shibada, meaning that this man's status is high. So I say, alright, cool. I make some check, and I was told, yes, it is indeed Raymond from over Montego Bay. Raymond, Fredman, J-Man, Squash, and them sorts of people there. He is the one that they held on to. Now, in that interview that the Popo did him say, this just shows you that these criminals find all sorts of innovative way to buck the system, beat the system. Them are hide. People are facilitating the FUCKRY. And people, in this case, that is the case once again. It seems as if this young lady that was in the vehicle with her child, she was the one that was hiding Raymond, taking Raymond all over the place, making sure that the Popo could not get a hold of him. But people, here is the facts. Persons are getting frustrated, especially when you leave from one era, meaning Montego Bay, and then you are a transplant to a next place, as in Clarendon, as in the case, as it pertains to Raymond. People are spot, people are look, people are talk. People are not into this daunting anymore because them realize, listen, we cannot be penny wise and pound foolish. We cannot wait on these dons that's supposed to be some sorts of Robin Hood character to go out, take money from the rich and come back and give the poor, and we are going to be beneficiaries of the crime. What they've realized is that these criminals, including Raymond, can be more of a parasite than any sorts of symbiotic relation in which both parties, meaning the lazy people, may benefit and the criminal get the backative or the defense of that community in which they are in. People, do you realize that a lot of times most of these criminals, they have success because behind every criminal is a little sketelina, a little TRAMP that is facilitating the FUCKRY in receiving some sorts of monetary gain from the proceeds of crime. Now people, remember, this man hot, this man coming like magma lava from some sorts of volcano as it pertains to wanted men. So he is at least a person of interest in a couple of takeaway. We could call him one of those serial type murderers, especially when you talk about him Kumbolo, when you talk about him Clique, when you talk about Montego Bay, when you talk about Six, when you talk about Squash, when you talk about J-Man, when you talk about Fredman. This is one of the names that is linked with all sorts of BS that is going on or has been going on in Montego Bay for the better part of a decade or so. So this lady was willing to have her child in this vehicle with a hot man. Based on where the Popo say, this man was also charged, or he is going to be charged with breaches of the Dangerous Drugs Act, meaning him have some sorts of weed, meaning more than 2 ounces, which is allowable by the law, meaning he is also going to be charged for breaches of the Firearm Act, like I say, meaning him have some sorts of hot tool. You and I can come to the assumption that more than likely the tool that they found him with is not any sort of legal fire piece, and even if it was, if it is used in the line of some sort of criminal activity, it makes it illegal. So therefore this lady was willing to risk her own life and even worse, the life of her child, because people, this is what they are doing. Like the Popo said, they are trying to use sham. Them are try psychs out the Popo. Whenever the Popo pull you over and them see a lady with a baby, them feel as if the Popo is not going to check them. People, that is not going to work. This is 2023. Whichever innovative way that you're going to use, the Popo done hip to it. Especially when them get information to say, yes, this man XYZ is over. Yeah, so pull up on him, jump out on him, whatever it is that you need to do. They got inside information, intelligence, without a shadow of a doubt. It is confirmed that he was turned over to the Popo in a Montego Bay for some sorts of ID parade, as if them no know already say him. You hear the top Popo say, yeah, them know says a man from a different place, a different part of town. However, they are just going to do confirmation, meaning validate and verify. He is going to get an identification parade, like me say, and some question and answer, in more than likely the presence of some sorts of lawyer, maybe some sorts of free lawyer, public attorney. So people, as soon as I get some more pertinent information, I'll be sure to divulge ASAP, point blank and period. Further on in the news, it is called the big fish in a little pond syndrome. If you continue to want to be a big fish in a little pond, your goose can get cooked. You're like a sitting duck. What am I speaking about? I saw an article coming out of Montego Bay about a person, dancehall artist, that was allegedly somebody running upon them, try to rob them, try to take him out. Some sorts of plan, takeaway, a HIT you could call it. At the time, the newspaper article did not specify who exactly it was. However, it is now confirmed that that artist is Briscoe. Briscoe is a popular artist that maybe made his name in the dancehall space for about 2 years now. Him have some big song, call it say him get a boss in the business. However, like most artists in Jamaica, whenever them get a boss, them not understand say that GHETTO, it is time to get out. Because them like the praises, them like the yes man, them like to keep it real, call it real, STUPID. So pretty much it seems as if they don't practice what they preach, because them always are sing about bad mind and envious and covetousness. However, they are still sitting there like some sitting duck, I guess, so that they can sing about it or blog about it or go on social media and rant about it. Pretty much it seems as if two people at least try to invade them property or premises. However, the tables got turned and the people have run for them life. It is even said that Briscoe punched one in him nose and him nose was bloody. The pictures are out there and everybody can see it on social media. It is said that the Popo either them intercepted or either they were called after the fact and they held these would-be robbers HITMEN. The pictures are there with these men laying upon the ground. It is said that they recovered at least a firepiece or two. Now people, when this incident occurred on Father's Day, so therefore you know so the timing would be quite wrong for you to lose your life, especially in the prime of your musical career. It would not look good on his resume. However, what looked very great on Briscoe's resume is the fact that there was some sort of attempt and he pretty much foiled it himself. He pretty much changed the table or turned the table and got the upper hand of this person. Don't know the specific if him hold on upon the people man call the Popo or the people them take for themselves, run for them life and then the Popo intercept the vehicle. Me not really know the details as it pertains to that. Now people, you know that we live in a social media era. So therefore anything happens, good or bad, these people know that it is the quickest promotional tool, especially when you have hundreds of thousands or even millions of fans. As soon as you make a post, especially when it's any sort of mix-up or anything bad, people that are them ears depend COCK, literally, trying to hear what this person has to say. Now he made a post and he had a next individual on the post. And people, if you understand chopping language and if you're very patient to really dissect what they are saying like the Da Vinci Code, then maybe you could get a good idea of exactly what they were saying. Pretty much the gist of what he was saying, Father's Day, when you're a father, you want to make sure say you are there for your children. Make sure say you secure your 3 points. And we run wherever he is from, BLOOD lane. Now people, if you there BLOOD lane in a Montego Bay hotspot and you see how it a run and you eventually get a bus in the business where you can get money and live in a decent, tranquil community, why wouldn't you leave? The answer is very simple. Because they have simple minds. They are simply fully done, fully full. Them figures say, alright, me get a bus in the business. Now I want to prove that my street credibility is always up there. Based on information too, it is said that wherever he lives in a BLOOD lane, he have some sort of rival. People, you understand the genetic makeup of these garrison. Top lane, a double AR with bottom lane. Left side lane, a war with right side lane. They are all in a close proximity. However, they are trading cussing. They are trading BULLETS. And then they wonder why they lose their life on a rapid basis. It is like fishing in a bucket. Especially when it is coming from friends that turn foe, pretty much FRENDLYFIRE. So this man went on his live with an ex-friend, just like him, like-minded people. Show me your company, I show you who you are. And people, I understand. If somebody try to take my life and me turn the table and then those two persons get locked up, especially when they are a rival, I am going to be elated because, of course, you are still alive. You could have ended up the other side. You could end up on the other side of life, in other words. And we understand that this is social media, their fan base, not the brightest set of people. Not going to say that them don't have any sorts of sensible people that listen to them, but me just say, they are not the sharpest tool in the shed. So therefore, them are going to want to hear the buffoonery. And yes, they were there on the live listening, just like me. I guess I am fully done also. Now people, let me ask you a question. What do you think is going to happen when something like that happens? Especially when people lose them tool. You know that people love them tool, meaning G-U-N-S, more than them love them mother, them love them kids, them love them picnic. And I guess that the logics behind them idolizing the tool is that if I have the tool, I can make some money, I can take away the enemy, I can defend myself. That money that I make will bring more skittle meaning more careless, S-E-X, can get some more picnic. However, do they even think what about their mother? What about their family members whose life they put in jeopardy whenever they are always in some sorts of clash, whether by the tool or whether by the cussing, some sorts of rivalry? Nothing good usually comes out of that. You usually have nothing but losers. Sooner or later, them take one of yours, you take back one of them. It is going to be a revolving door of buffoonery. And people, such is the case. In this case, as soon as I get some more pertinent information, as if it is even important what they are doing, I'll be sure to divulge ASAP. Point blank and period. So anyways people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.